Sup everyone, Callum from Westwood Table Soccer here with our second full-length YouTube video. Today we are going to be showing you the restoration of a Huddersfield Town kit. It's another one that I painted a long time ago. I think it was originally a reference 3 West Bromwich Albion, and I was using it as Huddersfield, but it looked too similar to a Ref 3 obviously, so I originally changed it to be blue shirts with white stripes on, just to make it look a little bit different, and that was fine for me back then. But we have decided, along with all the others, that we're gonna bring these up to the level that we're at today. So here is what it looked like before. As you can see, it was a bit of a mess. Back when I was using it, that would have been good enough. What I did with it, it was a reference 3 West Bromwich Albion. I think all I did with it was cover it over in Humbrol paint 25, and then use matte Humbrol 34 white to do the white stripes on it. I mean, it wasn't horrendous, but you can see that there was cracks in the white where it had gone over a darker colour. If you're going to overpaint colours, and as you've seen in previous videos, if I overpaint anything, it either has to be a dark colour over a light colour, which you can get away with standard Humbrals, or it has to be, for me personally, I use Citadel acrylics to overpaint, as I did in the Burnley video where I made the shorts white and the socks white. I used the Citadel base layer skull white, I think it is, and I had to do it again on this one. So we've done that. When you're overpainting as well, one of my sort of tips for you guys is don't try and cover it all in one go. With these, I actually had to use 2 coats of white in order to make it as white as I wanted it. So little tip, try not to do everything all in one go. If you try and do that, what probably will happen, and what happens quite a lot, is the paint will build up in layers and it'll be so thick that you'll lose detail from the shirt, the creases and stuff like that, and you just end up with like fat looking players, and the gap between the arms and the body and the shorts and the legs just doesn't look right. So that'd be my top tip from there. The next thing I had to do with this one was decide on what kit to do. So I had a look through historical kits, which is a great website. If you Google historical kits, absolutely brilliant for English clubs. Some international stuff on there as well. Really good website, great source of information for kits, mostly home kits. You can get away kits on there if you click back through the seasons. But yeah, I'll put a link to this one on this bit of video. It'll come up probably down here somewhere. Get on that. So here's an image of what the kit was that we were going to base our kit on, but we weren't just going to copy it. So yeah, there you go. What we selected was 2 broader stripes, or broader blocks on one side with a big white through the middle, white sleeves. The socks, we're going to do the double hoop design. There's a few other little tweaks we made to this kit, but we based it on this one. Just so I thought it was a nice looking kit, it was something a little bit different, and it gives me the opportunity to go back to a more classic style, because I'm not going to be putting any sort of badge on this one. I wanted to stand out as being Huddersfield without it needing to have a badge on it. So as always, first things first, get your flesh on. So you can see there from that video clip and that last still image that just adding the flesh to some of these teams really makes a difference. It can really clean up the lines and bring a real fresh look back to the players. So I always do the flesh first. I always go legs, hands, heads. It's just how I do it, mainly because I always start with the legs, because I usually hold on to their heads when I'm painting their legs. Sometimes I hold on to the base, but I hold on to heads quite a lot. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I have smudged hair or skin on a head where I've held onto it when I've been painting something else. Usually boots as well. I hold onto their heads to do their boots. But yeah, so you see from those two stills, what we did was do all the flesh again, staying traditional to Subbuteo, so all the players are going to be Caucasian, and they're all going to have the same colour hair and boots because it's traditional Subbuteo, and that's kind of the effect we were going for. Next thing we were going to do was needed to white out the kit. That meant re-going over the shorts because they're going to be white, so I wanted a real fresh look, and getting that blue shirt back to white. So here it is. So yeah, so from that last still, you'd assume now actually we have a perfect white shirt and short surface. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to start with the socks, and we're going to go through them all and just paint them all black. Chosen black socks because Huddersfield have worn black socks a few times. I think it's a really nice touch to go with a shirt that's mainly, or a kit that's mainly blue and white. I really like the introduction of the black, and we're going to use black elsewhere in the kit as well as a subtle little detail again to tie it all back into being Huddersfield Town. So the next thing we did is we're going to paint all the socks black, and then we're going to put a white, quite a thick white band around them, and we'll see the stills of those in a second. So the next decision we made was to use a lighter blue than a standard Humbrol 25 blue. I've chosen to use a Citadel colour. I believe it's called probably Caglar blue, Caglar. Because of Subbuteo playing for Leicester, I call it Charlar blue. That's the colour we've chosen. It's a similar colour, or it's the same colour we used on the Scunthorpe badge in the previous video. It's a darker blue than sky, but it's not a fully dark blue. Again, Huddersfield have toyed with using the lighter blues throughout their history, and I just think it looks quite nice. Again, it differentiates it completely from being a West Brom or a Sheffield Wednesday, which use that. West Brom wants to use navy, Sheffield Wednesday tend to use like a royal blue. So for me, going back to a lighter blue means when I eventually use this, it will stand out and obviously be Huddersfield Town. So you'll see in the next little still just a comparison shot between there's the black socks with a white hoop, and then the addition of the single Charlar blue band around the socks. Cool, so once the socks are all done, which these ones are now finished, so these are going black with a white band with a Charlar blue stripe through the middle, just a single ring, just to pull all the colours together. Always start with socks again. When I paint, I usually go bottom to top. Same with doing legs, hands, heads. I always go socks, shorts, shirts. With the shorts on this one, we left them plain white. I wanted to leave them just quite plain, untouched. Didn't feel it needed an addition of any other colour, so we left it. And then it comes to doing the stripe work and the block work on the shirt. There's actually some video now of me doing that and a little bit of explanation as to what we did. So we'll just roll that footage now. And then we'll come back and we'll show you the stills of what it looks like when it's finished. The collar's a little bit special on this kit as well. I'm going for a triple ring of 3 different colours. So the still you're going to see at the end of this video is going to have the Charlar blue ring, and then we'll come on to add in the final colour after that. So there you can see we've added the blue, the block colour there, and sort of how we do it. We've also got the Charla blue cuff ring. The final thing we're going to do to this team to just tie all the colours in together, the white, the Charla blue and the black, which is to add a black third collar ring and also a black cuff ring as well, just to bring the three colours together. And as I said, I was keeping this team quite traditional in its finish, so no badges, no sponsors, no kit manufacturers. I just felt like it deserved to be more traditional. It didn't need the addition of the badges and things, and the Huddersfield badge is quite a busy one as it is. There's a lot going on, a lot of detail in it, and what can happen when you try and over engineer a team by adding badges and those sponsors and kit manufacturers. Personally, I feel you can lose a lot of what you've already done. So one of the things I would always say to people is, if they're painting, if you're decaling, sponsors, kit manufacturers look great because they're printed and you're sticking them on, and they look great because they're all to scale, they're all in the right place. If you're painting, don't be wrong, it can be done. There's some really, really talented guys out there that can do it. Personally, I don't like putting sponsors on teams as a general rule. There are certain kits that I feel need it, and if it can be painted and look good enough to be the actual sponsor, then I would do it. Badges, again, like I said, with the Huddersfield one, it's quite busy, which means if you get it wrong, I feel like it could have really, really taken away from what is a really, really simple and classy kit that we've come up with for them in this sort of concept-y throwback design that we've chosen for the kit. So we didn't put any of that stuff on, so we just added the final little trim pieces onto the collar and the cuffs, and that's the final piece done. So there you have it then. That is the Huddersfield Town Subbuteo Heavyweight Restoration video done. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed it. I threw a few tips in there. Hopefully you find them useful. If you have any questions, get on to me on our Twitter at Westwood_TS. We are going to be doing a Q&A video hopefully at some point in the next week. We've also got a basic painting tutorial coming up as well. Just got to decide what to paint. Also, I would love you guys to get behind me on the upcoming AET Shirts Concept Kit World Cup. I'm up against some proper designers, like some guys that are really, really good at creating football kits. I've only used Subbuteo players. Get behind me. Let's see if we can get a Subbuteo figure as far as we can get it. I've got Panama. I think the design's strong. I think the kit design's strong. I sent the teaser out today. Get behind it. If you enjoyed the video today, please leave a like, get a subscribe on. There is going to be more videos, different styles of videos, some figures from scratch, some frame completion work. I've got a team over there that I just need to finish. I've got my 5,000 to 1 limited edition Leicester frames to finish construction on. And with it being lockdown though, I am struggling a little bit to get hold of a few bits and pieces, but hopefully we can pull this all together and there'll be a video on the assembly on those. But yes, if you guys got any questions, get in touch on Twitter or leave a comment down below. I do read them all. I do try to reply to them, or at least give them a little thumbs up. But yeah, like, subscribe the video. If you get the little bell on as well, then you'll be notified of every time we release a new video. Apart from that, nothing else to say, but stay in, stay safe. Thank you to the NHS. You guys are doing a great job, and everyone else who's still at work, providing services, etc., etc. If you are not one of those people and you are off work, then stay safe, stay sane. Get your Subbuteo out and keep flicking.